Hey folks, welcome back to Civilization 6 and our playthrough of the May 2024 monthly challenge, Reach for the Heavens. When we left off, we had just completed our builder and got our mercury mine online, and we were trying to figure out, having met Korea, where exactly they are. We're not sure yet. We do have open borders and we sent a delegation, but she's still unfriendly. If we take a look at why, first impressions, probably a difficulty spike here. So we do have +8 versus -5. She should become a little bit more friendly over time, I would think. We're at turn 31 in 992 BC, and we need to figure out what our next steps are. So, we had thought about chopping this forest to give a boost to production to Ripson, but we don't really need the holy site ASAP. I think we might be better off building a couple mines for the capital here. We don't have another luxury resource. This city could also use some production, but I think we want to focus on getting our capital built up. So I think what I want to do is build a mine here, here, and here so that the city has some good production tiles. Well, I only have 2 builds left. I don't have any tiles that another city could borrow, except this one, I guess. Yeah, theoretically, Ripson, we could loan this tile out to Ripson at some point in the future if we improve that. So why don't I send my builder over here to improve this tile for the time being? Now we're back to our scout, trying to figure out where Korea is. I guess we want to... I don't really care about scouting out too much of the tundra. We can sort of take a little bit of a meander up along this way. I think I'll stay on this side of the river for now. We'll figure out where to go from here. There's some salt there. That's very interesting. We might snake some cities down and around, possibly, depending on how close she is. But maybe not. I don't know. We've got kind of a lot of land to digest at the moment. And actually, on that note, we need to figure out where our next city is going, because as soon as these ancient walls are done, I think I need to get to work on another settler. We do have the card in, which gives us +50% production, so it's worth doing. And I think... What is this? That's Grassland Hills. So I think we want a holy site here. We get the river and the mountain adjacency. So let's say we put a holy site here. Then where does our city go? We don't want to be too close to Lingapura. Let me get the settler view out here. So we could settle on kind of any of these tiles, but we don't necessarily want to be too close to Lingapura. Then again, I don't want to go too deep into the tundra either. We've got a hill there for some production. We've got flooding here, and then the volcano over here. That's a hill tile. So I'd like to preserve these woods to be some sort of a... I'd like to preserve these woods to be a lumber mill. So possibly we settle here. No, but then where do I put my aqueduct? If we go aqueduct here, we could settle this tundra tile. We'd have hill, woods to get started. We would need food, but the holy site would provide some of that. We don't really know what's down in this area, unfortunately. So if we put the aqueduct here, I could settle this tundra tile, not be too close to Lingapura, kind of pushing out towards the east a little bit. We would have some food tiles available, like this is a plains tile, but we could get like maybe, there's another hill here. We could maybe get a farm triangle going here. We'd have a little bit of a slow start, trying to build out to the location for the holy site. We could chop this to get a little bit of production going early because we're going to put the aqueduct there. So I think that's a reasonable kind of city to build to move out towards the east here and guard our southeastern flank. So maybe we'll do that. Let's plan that city here. And then our aqueduct there. And then the only problem with this is we can't get the farm adjacency. So I don't want to put the holy site next to the volcano. Is there another way to do it? If we settle here, we give up the woods, but then we could do aqueduct here and have this be our farm triangle. We'd be a little bit closer to Lingua Pura as well. But maybe that's okay, right? Because you can kind of spread out to the north for tiles, and we can go east and maybe a little bit west. There's also a really nice campus here, so if I settled there, I could get that campus. Maybe that's the better play, and then this becomes a farm triangle right here. It also kind of lets these get some adjacencies as well. If we plop this down, yeah, so maybe we do that instead. We'll put the aqueduct here, and we'll put the city here. We do have to give up the farms, but, or we do have to give these woods, which would have been a nice production tile. And we will struggle for production early, but there's the woods here, so we could get a little bit of production there. Eventually we'll get this hill, we'll get this hill. There's this hill. So yeah, I think that's pretty okay. I think that's an okay city to build. I'm not sure whether we're going to build this city or we're going to build something up here. It depends on what our spearman finds up here. We need to basically cut off any possible advance from opponent civilizations. Okay, so we've done a little bit of planning here. So we've got 2 cities planned. I definitely think we want something up here. This should be a campus, as much as I hate giving up this lovely hill, because the adjacencies are just incredible. So this kind of has to be a campus. Which means what? If we'd like a coastal city, this is probably the tile to settle, because we get access to both crab. I guess we could settle here and get both crab as well. We are going to have a city there, so 1, 2, 3. We could settle either of these desert tiles. If we settle here, we get the floodplains. We get this hill. And we get this... we might want to settle here for the early food. That's like a perfect built-in triangle. Where would our holy site and aqueduct go? 1, 2, 3... We could build the aqueduct here. So let's say, yeah, let's plan this out. Let's get a city here. I don't actually need that. Shift A is the hotkey. So if we have the city here, and then we have the aqueduct here, and then I hate to give up the woods, but I think we put the holy site here. Then we have the campus here. That's enough to be going on with. And then we have a beautiful farm triangle here that we're sort of, unfortunately, not going to get the aqueduct benefit from unless we put the aqueduct on this hill. I think we need that hill for production. And we would only get the one. Is there another place to put the aqueduct? It has to be adjacent to the city center. So the only place to put it would be here. And then this is more grassland. So this would be a decent... This would be a decent farm triangle here. If we put the aqueduct here instead, and then the holy site would be adjacent to it where? On this hill, I guess? We'd get adjacency from the city center and the campus as well. We'd give up the hill, though. We do have some more production over in this area. And if it's a coastal city, it can have a harbor and a shipyard to get some production. So, yeah, maybe we do holy site there. That's a +4. Alternatively, we could put the holy site there and the aqueduct there. Because then it gets the mountain adjacency. What does that look like? That's a +5. And then this one farm gets the adjacency from the aqueduct. We're giving up 2 hills here, though. I mean, that one has to be the +6 campus for sure. But getting another +5, this alleviates a lot of food and housing pressure for us. Gets us more faith per turn. I'm not sure about the aqueduct. I might put it here instead so we can get this hill to be a mine and give up the adjacency on this farm. Because we're going to have plenty of food anyway. So yeah, maybe we'll Maybe we'll put the aqueduct here instead. And then we get to have this mine here. I think that's pretty good. Those two cities are a little close, but not too close. And then we can maybe get another city. We can maybe fit another city up here. Maybe another 2 cities here, depending on what we find. And then there's definitely room for more tundra cities down here later, but those aren't a priority because they're not... The tundra cities are never going to be great. They can be okay. They're never going to be great. So I'm not sure which is our next city to settle. We need to get some more information, but we'll keep going here. Let's go ahead and go to the next turn. Okay, do I want to cross this river? I think I do. I think I want to come along the edge of the tundra here for a little bit and then swing up. Looks like there's some very good land down here. We might have to make our way down around the volcano and expand this way later in the game. I imagine these lands will be taken fairly quickly, though, before we can get to them. We've got a lot to digest over here first. But it's a potential possibility. We might do an early war on someone, like a timing push with our Domri, depending on who settles here and how strong their military is. Interestingly, I'm not seeing military numbers here. I do have a spearman. I'm not sure why we don't see... Maybe because domination victory is disallowed? Let's see. We're not doing very well here. A lot of these civs built wonders and are already generating tourism, but it looks like Korea is not. All right, next turn. Okay, there's the ancient walls giving us knowledge of engineering. Let's get our first mine going here. That turns that into a very nice 2-2 tile instead of a 2-1 tile. We are working on a settler here. 8 turns to get that done. If I keep crossing the river, I'm giving up a lot of scouting movement. I could get down to here, but there could be barbarians as well. I guess I'm willing to take the risk to get a little bit more vision. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff over here. We've got salt and wine. Okay, he does need to come up to the curl around now. So we can do that.
It's a stage, and all the men and women merely players.
Okay, there's drama and poetry. We have an opportunity to change our policies. I'm not seeing a reason to do that right now, so we'll leave everything in place. Let's see. Do I want to build a pasture, or do I want to build a second mine? Remind me what a pasture does. I think it's just +1 production, right? +1 production and half a point of housing, which we don't really need. I think a mine is the better choice. We have one right here that we can build, so let's go there and build that. Let's start swinging up now. There's some iron. Still haven't seen any horses on the map. Really interesting. We might get blocked by this mountain range. I'm not sure. We'll have to pop up on this hill next turn and find out. There is some very good land up here as well. Lots of wine here. This city might not be a priority. We might want to come up in this direction. Because I don't know who's up here. We're going to find out, but all of this wine could be very nice to trade to the AI. Get some gold going. Yeah, there's a couple cities up here. There's a very nice holy site here somewhere next to these mountains. So we could build another city in this kind of area. Kind of on the edge of the desert, maybe near this farm triangle that we're planning to build. Like, there's a hill there for production. There's not a lot of production. That's kind of a problem. We have a hill there. There's a desert hill there, which isn't that great. Yeah, not a lot of production here. So you would want to capture this hill, and there's not a lot else around here. This is a hill. So maybe something that can capture these 2 hills and some of this stuff over here. We might leave a little bit of open space here, although if I want that adjacency for the holy site, we might have like a big population city here that doesn't have a lot of production. It's sort of hard to tell at the moment. I'm going to have my spearmen cross the river, get a little bit more vision. There's some chocolate. That's good to know about. Looks like we did earn the first great prophet. Very strange. No, Zoroaster was the first. Okay. Okay. So the Stonehenge civilization did grab Zoroaster. We're going to get the second great prophet here, Lao Tzu. So let's recruit him and get our religion started. Very exciting. What are we doing here? 28 plus for a golden age? I don't know if we can pull that off. We'll get some arrow score for creating our religion. So that's something. Let's get you down here and create our religion. Okay. So, we're going to found our religion. We're going to be the second person to do so. Let's see. What do I want here? I like... Let's see. Well, I'm a Pisces, so I'll pick the fish. And then this is... it's unusual for me to be playing on Emperor. And I'd like to beat the challenge on my first try. So we're going to call our religion Good Luck Josue. The Good Luck Josue religion. Confirm. Okay, so what can we get? Reliquaries is a must-have for us. We have to get that. We definitely are going for reliquaries and a Mont Saint Michel strategy for our tourism, so we have to have that. And then we have one other belief we can pick. We can pick... monastic isolation seems like would be good. We're going to be killing off a lot of apostles, so your religion's pressure never drops due to losses in theological combat would be great. Let's see. The synagogue would be great, but we're already going to be generating quite a lot of faith. Diplomatic favor per turn could be good. We could sell that for gold. I don't think we need Gurdwara for food and housing. Mosque could be really good. Missionaries and apostles +1 spread. But I'm not actually sure... I'm not sure how much I want to spread my religion. Oh, here we go. 1 slot for religious art in the cathedral. Yeah, we need all the tourism we can get, so we'll pick reliquaries in cathedral, and that'll be the start of our religion. There's a nice little bit of arrow score for us. Okay, so if we can get a couple of apostles, we can evangelize and get more beliefs. Who's our opponent here? Eastern Orthodoxy. He picked the other pantheon that I was thinking of. Lady of the Reeds and Marshes. Or he or she. Dominant religion in one city. Eastern Orthodoxy, is that Russia? Let's see, what else did they pick up? Shrines and temples provide culture, and the WAT for science. Yeah, whoever this is dangerous, because they're going to be generating a lot of culture, which provides internal tourists, which we will have to overcome. And they're going to have a lot of early production, so they're going to be up and running fast. That's whoever this is, we need to find them and find a way to slow them down. We did get the boost to theology there, very nice, and it's time to choose our next civic for research. We did want to go towards Divine Right, which is going to require us to get games and recreation, but we don't have to get this right now. I think we can go straight to theology here, because that has our prasat, which will grant us both faith and culture. So we're going to want to build a lot of those and get our apostles as well. That seems really strong. Holy Site adjacency bonuses, if we slotted this card in, we could skyrocket our faith income. It's at 12 right now, but once we get another one of those +5 Holy Sites built, we'll have even more. This also grants us an envoy, which can be handy. We're probably not going to build 2 campus districts. Probably won't be the target of a declaration of war or build an encampment in time for these, but we could research the construction technology. That's plausible. We also picked up great writers per turn. And you know what? We don't need great profit points anymore, so I will slot that out. What else could we put into our wild card here? Now hold on. I don't have any place to put a great writer or a great writer work of art. Is anybody working on those yet? Yes, one player already has some sort of great writer point. Either from an amphitheater, I guess. Somebody's spamming out culture real fast, real early. Maybe. We can see that we got the second great prophet. That's good for us. So somebody's already working on great writers. We could beat them to the punch maybe if we rushed a theater square, but I don't know if we're going to have time to do that. We're trying to build up our empire. Some folks are recruiting great admirals and great generals, but that's about it for now. Yeah, this person has maybe picked up a theater square and like maybe the Divine Spark, or maybe they've met a city-state or something. Somebody's working on recruiting great writers, artists, and musicians. I don't think it's time for us to do that yet. So instead, what can we put in? This is not really helping us, but I don't have a better idea for what to put in aside from conscription, which, I mean, 1 gold per turn is 25% boost to our gold, but I don't know. +1 production in all cities could be good. We are building some builders as well, so 30% Ilkum could be good. I think for now we take urban planning. I'm okay with charismatic leader, colonization, and discipline, so we'll confirm those. And there we go. That's a bit of a longer turn, but we've got it done. This volcano became active. Interesting. Good to know. Okay, next turn. All right, what got built? Somebody built the pyramids, so there goes that idea. Somebody else had access to a little bit of desert and built the pyramids. Let's get our second mine going here. That gets us a boost to apprenticeship. Korea is happily scouting out our territory here. We need more amenities in Ripson. And the pyramids were built. Okay, all right. I think I'm going to risk getting trapped in this probable mountain range here. Can't quite tell if there's a pass or not. But we can go west across the river if we have to. Oh, there is a path through here. More hills on the other side, but we'll go through the pass. As for you, let's see, this is flooded. I would like to see a little bit more up here, so we're going to continue scouting with our spearmen here. Okay, we've met Poundmaker, who represents the Cree. May there always be peace between us. That's good to know. It's an honor to meet you. We'd love to sample your hospitality. Okay, he's our closest neighbor. So we do need to prioritize settling something in here ASAP. This settler has to settle something up here to block him from advancing on us. So where do we want to do that? Let's take a moment to figure that out. I guess I'll finish scouting with you. We'll keep sending you up here to get a little bit of a better visibility on him. Let's take a look at the settler tiles for a minute here. So somewhere in this region should be okay. We are planning to have this be a farm triangle, so these floodplains tiles maybe could avoid that. If I settle here, I do get the hill, plus a lot of food and the maize. So I have early growth. Then I could do aqueduct holy site. And then we're close to him, but not too close. And we kind of spread out here and block him from kind of moving in on our territory. We could maybe grab another city over here before he can do anything about it. We do get the one hill for production, but there's like no other production in the inner ring here. That would be very challenging. We could grow fast. Maybe this would be where I put Pingala. Is there a better tile or a better location? There's like no production here. What do I do? Yeah, we need to get... I think we need to build this city as a defensive city, and then probably that one next. And then try to get something over here as well. There's actually much better cities over here. Less of an amazing holy site, but much more production. If I settle here, like, there's only this one hill, though. So what would I do? I could eventually get to these woods, but that doesn't really help me. Yeah, this is a tough one. I think we build here and we just skyrocket our population and try to figure out, like, there's like no production for the entire 6 tiles though. So it's kind of a shit tier city. I might be better off coming over here and blocking him this way, and then building this. And then later, like if he tries to settle in here, he has the same problems. And then the loyalty pressure might snatch this away from him. So I might be better coming off over in this direction. Like if I settle this marsh tile, for example, then I have plenty of hills. I've got wine here. I've got production there. I've got a hill here. I've got these woods. Like if I settle this marsh tile, let's think about this, right? If I settle this marsh tile, then I get the wine. I kind of slow him down, right? We can go... Is there any kind of... There's no mountain, so I'm not getting any mountain adjacency. So the holy site's not going to be fantastic. So I'd have to go aqueduct into holy site somewhere around here. This maybe would be a farm triangle. And then this would be the holy site, I think. It's a 3-3. It's not terrible. And then we could put like an encampment here to kind of defend against his aggression if he decides to get nasty. And then grab the chocolate as well. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, there's spices here too. Yeah, there's some really nice amenities for this city. 1, 2, 3. We get a culture bomb from the holy site, so that would put that tile within reach as well as this one, the spices and the chocolate. And possibly when we get to Domrey's, maybe we take this city from him. I'm not sure. As for this hole here, there's just like, there's no production. I don't know what to do. Like, there's a really nice holy site, but there's no production in here at all. I feel like settling this is the right call for our next city. So this settler, I think, is heading there, which means the spearman needs to come back and escort and protect it. And we're on the far side of a river from him, so it's going to be hard for him to attack us. If we get an encampment up here, it'll be even harder. Okay, I do want to make nice with him, so let's send him a delegation, and let's get open borders, if we can. He wants gold. He has horses, apparently. I can sell him maybe my diplomatic favor. Because I'm not using it. 1 gold? Yeah, that's not acceptable. Okay. I think the fact that we had this settler in production before we met him means we might have a chance to get to snipe this city before he can push a settler out and forward settle us. And then I think we get this one after our potential coastal tile, because that forms a nice loyalty barrier against any city he wants to settle. And if he settles this, he's not going to have any production, so I'm not too worried about it.
A man on a horse is...
Okay, there's horseback riding. We're going to continue scouting out here. I wish we could get a promotion on this guy, but I don't see how to do it. I'd love to get hills. We're going to need to bring you back to escort this settler. So why don't we head back towards the river? And then we need to pick a new technology to work. I don't know if we're going to have time to get a watermill. We would very much like to have the construction tech to boost to boost something else. So I think I'm going to hard research this. If we get a chance, we will try to build the water mill to get the boost. Okay, there's Zanzibar. That would be a very nice city to have an envoy in. We are earning 2 influence points per turn, 5 influence points per turn. So in 3 turns, we'll have an envoy. And in 6 turns, we can swap out the card that gives us 2 for 1. So I might wait to do that with that envoy. Their quest is train a quadrireme. That is definitely not going to happen. Okay. Is that another Korean unit? Yeah, okay. Let's keep our spearmen heading towards our city location. We'll stand on it to protect it. Okay, Korea is sending a settler down here with a pair of spearmen to escort. She's pretty far from us, so I'm okay with this for now. If she pushes all the way over to here, we might have a problem, though. Let me continue scouting around here for a bit. You stand on the city location, and you start making your way up to that city location. Now, the question is, what do we build in Angkor Thom? I do think 6 turns for a watermill here is okay. I'd also like to spend 4 turns on a monument. We definitely do not need a granary right now. Possibly ever. I shouldn't say that. I'd also like to get a trader, and I want another settler. I think taking 6 turns to get a watermill is okay. I feel like we're going to get this, and, you know, 14 turns to get this should be okay. We can sort of, like... I'm not sure what he's going to do. When is he at 9 population? I guess I'm at 9 population, but... he should be hitting his housing limit. Alright, what was that? Sendak, or Seondok, will sell me horses if I want. And somebody built the Hanging Gardens. Alright. I can't cross into Zanzibar's territory, unfortunately. And I can't get across this river because... reasons. I guess I need to come down here and then make my way across the river from there. Let's fortify here for a minute, and we're not going to send this envoy right now. We're going to wait for theology to finish. They're just blocking me at every turn from what I want to do over here. The scout has had a really rough time. What is this? Poundmaker will sell me horses as well. I don't really want them. Okay, get across the river. And we want to clear up this and then head north with him.
We can no more have exact religious thinking without theology than exact mensuration and astronomy without mathematics.
Okay.
Or exact iron making without chemistry.
There's Prasad. We're going to switch charismatic leader out for diplomatic league. And then we're going to send our 1 envoy to Zanzibar. It's going to get us a little bit of gold per turn and 2 envoys for the price of 1. We have 1 left, but we don't have a market or lighthouse, so spending it now doesn't make sense. We want the fastest civic we can get, which is going to be games and recreation, it looks like. Because we want to swap charismatic leader right back in, if we can. All right. Angkor Thom is the largest city in the world. We've hit 10 population. That's very nice. We get a boost towards the civil service civic. I don't like that Korea is moving west here. She's got this line of mountains in the way, and I hope she doesn't swing down around. I don't know where she's going with this. She's obviously far from her borders with it, so maybe she's just exploring. But let's keep scouting. We can build our 4th city here. We're right on the edge of Poundmaker's loyalty pressure, but we're okay on this tile. You know what I've just realized, unfortunately? I don't have fresh water on this tile, so this aqueduct becomes much more important. Well, I did plan it out, and we do need to stop him. Hold on. Hold on a second. If I move one tile to the left, I could keep my basic plan. I'd have to wait to get these hills. So here's the difference. This loses me those hills on the right, upper right. No, I still think this is the right place to settle. Like, we're gonna have a little bit of trouble till we get this aqueduct up, but I think this is the right location. Okay, so what do we want to build here? We definitely want to build, and you know what else? I forgot to. I can't lock that in right now because I don't have the tile. But we should definitely lock in our holy site here. And then I think we actually want to... We don't know how to build... Yeah, we don't know how to build a... we don't know how to build an aqueduct yet. So, surprisingly, actually, I think the holy site is the way to go. Because we need that food and housing from it, and we can't build the aqueduct yet. This city's going to need a little help, it seems. Settling off of fresh water was... I don't know, maybe that was the wrong call, but I felt like we thought this through, and the long-term potential for Angkor Wat here is very high. We just have to get it to where it needs to be. So for now, I think this is okay, and we will actually work on this holy site. It's going to take 32 turns, but once we get up to... in 11 turns, we'll get a second citizen who can work this tile. I don't have the gold to, like, buy at a granary. And there's not really a better tile for it to work either. 3 food, 2 production, 1 gold. Really nice tile. For this point in the game. So, yeah, you're going to be struggling a bit until we can get your aqueduct up. But once you get that, then you should turn into a powerhouse. Your holy site will help as well. And we're going to leave this spearman here because he's on our border with Poundmaker. That brings us back to Lingapura. What did you completed a builder. That's actually really nice. Okay, so we're definitely going to build this mine and this quarry. So what else do we want for you? We definitely want your holy site. We want to lock in your holy site, but I don't want to buy this tile. We have very little gold. So what else are we going to work on for you? I don't think I want the government plaza here. I think we might want it up in Angkor Wat. I could go for a monument to get a little bit more culture per turn here. Or I could build a trader or another builder. I don't think we should be building a settler here. It might be a good idea. You know what? I think we get the monument or the trader. Either of those would be good. The monument would help with our culture. The trader would get us a boost for a tech we want to research. And would allow us to give Angkor Wat some production. Which it's desperately going to need. So I think we go for the trader here. I think it's time to start getting our trade routes up and running. We only have 1 right now, but that's okay. So you're going to build a trader. You got housing for 5. You're at plus 3.7 food, so you're growing at a reasonable rate. Let's get this quarry down first. Okay, so we can gain 30 diplomatic favor if we promise not to settle too close to him, which I think we can do for right now. I don't think we're going to settle that close to him again for 30 turns. Okay, there's the boost to construction from the watermill. Very nice. That's going to complete in 2 turns now. And once we have construction, we get a boost for games and recreation, which we need to get next. So that worked out fairly well, I feel. Where did her little settler go? Did they back off to the east? I'm not sure. Also wondering if we can sell Korea any of this diplomatic favor. What would you give me? 1 gold. They're not really interested in it, huh? What about 1? She'll give me 1 gold for 1 diplomatic favor. What about you? Are you interested in buying any diplomatic favor right now? What about 50? 1 gold. Never mind. Okay. I guess because it's not a win condition, they're not super interested in it, or possibly because we're so early in the game and the World Congress isn't showing up for a while. All right, this mountain range is crazy, huh? Okay, let's get the quarry online. That's another +1 production there. I wonder if I shouldn't get one of these luxuries online, because that I might be able to sell. And it would add gold to the tile, which I think we're working anyway. So maybe that's worth doing after we get this hill. Or this mine, rather. You know what I should do? I think actually... No, I don't have aqueducts researched yet. I keep thinking I should put these down to lock in the price, but I can't do that yet. Anchor Thom. What do we want to build here? Probably the Prasat. That gets us culture and faith. And we can get some apostles and start spreading our religion and stuff. Or we could get another settler. I think we go for another settler here. 7 turns, that's a pretty good deal. And we can settle this city. We got 1, 2, 3 more cities planned with a possible 4th there later if he doesn't steal it. I would like the Prasat, but I don't think it's quite time for that yet. What I could consider doing is spreading my religion by building missionaries, but this is tourism and allows the construction of cathedrals. So spreading it to my own cities isn't super important right now. There's not a great belief that's going to help my cities grow. Not at the moment. This is all long-term stuff. So I don't think missionaries make sense right now. We still haven't met whoever founded Eastern Orthodoxy, so we don't know how to deal with them. My goodness, the AIs are just spamming out the wonders. There's the Great Lighthouse completed. Wow, look at this. So this is like a serious mountain range. Like, there's no getting through that at all. I do want this mine, so let's get that built.
Create with the heart. Build with the mind.
There's construction. And games and recreation is boosted as well. Very nice. All right, this scout's just having a real hard time with all the hills and marshes and stuff. He just can't make any progress, but we're going to keep scouting as much as we can. Next, research. What do we want? Engineering. There we go. It's boosted. We want to build aqueducts for sure. Let's get that going. There's another wonder built. The Apadana. I guess the AI strategy for a cultural victory is to get as many wonders as possible for tourism. I don't think it's going to help them in the long run, but this game might go very late. It might go to turn 350 or 400 because I'm going to be competing against a lot of cultural pressure from these guys as they build up their own internal tourists. Okay, let's get this mine built. Keep scouting with our scout. Let's send you up to improve one of these. I do have irrigation, right? Because that was unlocked early. Yeah, okay. I think we go up and get one of these online. I don't think it makes a difference which one, so we'll just go to the closer one for now. And then I should look at what tiles I'm working as well. You're still on 1 population and you don't have any good tiles anyway. But Lingapore is at 3. I did lock this in. It's going to choose to work it anyway, so I'll unlock that for now. What about you? I locked this in, but I think it would choose to work it anyway. So we'll unlock that. I didn't lock any tiles here. Okay. So where are we choosing production? Did you finish your holy site? You did. So there we go. Now we're earning 14 faith per turn, and we have a bank of 302. Is there anything we can buy? Any great person we can buy? No, the cheapest things are 750. All right. So what do we want to build here? Definitely would like to get this aqueduct up in 8 turns. So we want to build something that costs around 8 turns to build. We do have 4 population now. Not a huge amount of great production in this city either. What's going to take 8 turns to build? We can get another builder. We can improve the gypsum. What else could we do? We could chop this and then put a mine down to get a bunch of production here for something else. Yeah, for the aqueduct. I think that's the way to go. We'll get a builder here. We need to get the spearmen moving west now. We need to fog bust and make sure there's no barbarians up here. They're going to cause problems for this settler, who I think is going up here to found this coastal city. And I've just looked over at my timer and realized I'm almost at 47 minutes. So I think we're going to call it there. Okay, some decent progress here. We got through another 20 turns. Well, 19. We got our 4th city built, and our 5th is on the way. We're unlocking some techs. We've got our 2nd holy site up, so we're earning a nice chunk of faith right now. We've got a little bit more scouting done. We met Poundmaker in the Cree. We managed to get this city settled to protect against his advances. So that's great. You know what I'm thinking, by the way? A city here that just has nothing but population is actually a good thing, because the huge amount of population we can generate here will put a lot of pressure on this. And if we build this and maybe even one more up here, we might be able to like turn this city. It might turn independent. We can take it from him. So it is okay that there's like really only one hill tile here. We'll have to get like a factory, like an industrial zone in here to have any kind of reasonable play at all. But that's something we can work on. This is going to be later anyway. And we'll have to see where we can put it, because 1, 2, 3, it would have to go here. That would be too close. So it would have to be actually further north. I'm not actually sure. 1, 2. Yeah, we could probably put it here. So, all right, that's a longer term prospect. I feel like we're doing all right. We're balancing the need to build up our religion and expand our empire. We're pumping out settlers with Magnus's help from ANGKOR. We're starting to get some scouting going. Yeah, things are going well-ish. The AIs don't really like us, and we have no gold or culture, or science for that matter. But this city will help with that, because we're going to be able to get our 2nd district very quickly here. Once we get these first, the holy site and the aqueduct built, we'll be able to... I might even go holy site campus and delay the aqueduct, because we're going to have plenty of housing without it. And we don't super need the adjacency early on. Yeah. Okay. So we want to also think about maybe sometime soon getting a commercial hub and a theater square up. We probably want an encampment here in ANGKOR WAT. There's a lot of things we want, but we got to take it slowly, one step at a time, and do what we can do. That's going to be it for this time. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough of the May 2024 monthly challenge, Reach for the Heavens. We'll see you next time. Take care.